Greetings, everyone. Hope everyone's enjoying their lunch. My name is Wade Fulghum. I serve as the Assistant Vice Chancellor for the Office of Research Commercialization at NC State. That is what we call our Tech Transfer Office. And I've been there a little over 15 years, so I guess I'm starting to become kind of an old-timer in the industry, if you will. But originally, my background was from economic development, and so I was one of the university's two economic developers, and we had an issue with our tech transfer office about a decade ago, and not the best reputation for our office internally and externally. We had some issues with inventors, we had issues with investors, and so I was really assigned to the tech transfer office to basically start our new ventures program, which I did 10 years ago. We've had some pretty outstanding success at NC State, and I will sum up by telling you where we are today. When I started, our university was around $350 million in research a year, and we were doing on average about 4 or 5 research-based startup companies a year. Fast forward, we've done about 20 per year on average for at least the last 5 years. And our program has really taken off, and we've gotten recognition nationally from a number of think tanks, including the Milken Institute, the George W. Bush Institute, and most recently, Heartland Ford, which just ranked NC State as the #2 university in the country for tech transfer across all public universities and across all universities without a medical school. So very happy for that. We're very excited to be a sustaining member of NAI, and with 24 fellows, 5 senior members, and we actually have 5 national inventors in the Hall of Fame from NC State as well. I thought I would end here, enjoy lunch, but as a prelude to maybe the 2024 NAI annual conference, we are exploring with both Jamie and Paul to host that conference in the Research Triangle Park region of North Carolina. So I thought I would attempt to show a quick video. It talks about the kind of progress in our area. So hopefully this works.
Go ahead, blink. And when you open your eyes, know that in that single instant, another breakthrough idea just raced through the mind of an innovator in the research triangle region. Now think exponentially. This is where thousands upon thousands of researchers, inventors, and entrepreneurs converge to turn research and valuable ideas into the technologies and companies that spark economic growth and transform how we live. And how do we work and live? By our innovative roots. We're home to the nation's first non-profit dedicated
Stay hydrated.
Thank you. My wife and thank you.
Businesses that have grown into today's top scientific and tech enterprises, and startups that stand for tomorrow. At our epicenter sits one of the world's leading research institutes located within the largest R&D hub in the United States. The Research Triangle is anchored by 3 of the world's top research universities, separated by only a few miles, but joined by a shared passion and curiosity for discovering and creating the new and next. Duke University, North Carolina State University, and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. A trio that attracts more than $3.5 billion of research funding each year, the most concentrated research region in the country. We draw top faculty and students who translate that research investment into impact. What kind of impact? The kind that answers the world's most pressing challenges with ingenuity, in terms of what we imagine for the future, to real-world possibilities for the present. Innovation begins on our campuses, where ideas emerge from classrooms, labs, and the minds of those who see what is and what will be. Between our universities and across the Research Triangle region, we found this to be true. We innovate better by innovating together. By building an entrepreneurial ecosystem that gives entrepreneurs the tools and resources they need to thrive. It's our way of teaming up to de-risk investment into our disruptive startups. Take, for example, the Triangle Venture Alliance, a unique partnership between the angel investor network created by our university, working in concert to co-invest in top startups founded by our faculty, students, alumni, and friends. We've seen strength in numbers. Our university and regional support programs for businesses moving discoveries from the lab to the market. Growing ventures Don't blink. Now is the time to accelerate, with our eyes set on the future. From exciting discoveries, to new technologies, to companies that solve problems that matter. When the world sees possible limitations, we see limitless possibilities.
Well, thank you for your attention, everybody. I hope that piques your interest to maybe attend the conference in 2 years from now. So with that, I will hand it over to Jamie and Dr. Sandberg from NAI. Thank you.
Thanks, Wade. Actually, Dr. Sandberg, you stay seated. I need the other Paul. Paul Rosenthal. Hi, everyone. Paul's going to lead the first part of our presentation today, but my name's Jamie Renee. I'm the Executive Director of the National Academy of Inventors. Fairly new in my role, although if you were with us in Tampa, you saw me there. Officially accepted the position in December, but have been consulting with the Academy for 3 years. So really thrilled to be here and to meet all of you, and now I'll hand it over to Paul.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, everybody, for being here, too. And I see what they were saying about the lights. That's fairly bright today. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the annual meeting this year. It's actually great to get together with people in person again. Many of us from the USPTO who've been working, for many, many years with the NAI, we've missed the opportunity to get together in person with folks just because we haven't been traveling. So I'm so glad that we are now on the pathway to a more normal life that we had, and so it makes me very happy to be here. So let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. I am not an inventor. I am not an IP professional. I am not an academic. I have a background in communications and public relations. I was a broadcast journalist for many, many years. I turned that into some work for public relations, both in government and outside of government. And what I love to be able to do is tell stories and get people interested in things and the like. And I think that that's very, very important when you think about it when it comes down to what's happening as it relates to invention and innovation and its impact on people's lives and what it has meant for this country. There is a place that I worked at for a while where I really got into the invention aspect of it. I was at the Smithsonian Institution, and I was working for the Lemelson Center for the Study of Invention and Innovation for many years. And I know, and I'm happy that there's a lot of folks from the Lemelson Foundation and their component programs here today as well. And that's really where I learned so much about the stories of inventors, the traits of inventors, what it takes to be an inventor, to be a successful inventor. And these are the types of things that I was really able to carry with me to the USPTO when I was hired by them to work in their communications office and to sort of talk about what does invention mean to America. And so they put me to work in public relations in their office, and I'm all excited to tell these amazing stories of transformative work that inventors have done over the years. And then I'm assigned to write a press release about the intricacies of standard essential patents. Or I am asked instead to, hey, listen, we got this whole thing about coming out new policies related to TRIPS waivers we need to talk about. And so it got a little bit, off the course that I was hoping to do. But it was still very, very important, and the USPTO obviously plays a huge role in governing how intellectual property is managed and protected throughout the United States and is a leader in the world as well. About 6 or 7 years ago is really, I think, when we started moving to this shift towards focusing on inclusion and diversity and equity, inclusion, accessibility, and making sure that everybody had a role to play and a space to find a chance to successfully invent, innovate, build businesses, grow the economy, and get everybody a part of it. And it was a steady drumbeat, I think, of 6 or 7 years ago, of needing all hands on deck, and we can't proceed with this without having some people's hands behind their back for it. And that drumbeat has really, really grown. And about 2 years ago, the agency shifted my role from communications to be one that's really focused on education and outreach, and running hand in hand with the work that we're doing is the messages that I learned years ago from when I was working with the Lemelson Center at American History Museum, was that anybody can be an inventor. And that just really, really fits with the DEIA message too, because anybody, no matter where you are from, no matter your background, the demographic aspects for you, where you grew up, any of it, doesn't matter. If you see a problem, and if you are willing to just try and figure out a way around it, then you are an inventor, and you're being inventive, and then we need to be able to create a pathway to allow all those folks to be able to travel along it. So it's clear that we've got to change and do some more to open up the pathways to invention and economic success for so many people who have not yet had the opportunity to really see it, and we have to be there for it. And so that's one of the things that we're doing at the USPTO, is getting into communities now and making sure that everybody has access and incentives to innovation, and then allow them to protect their inventions. I'm lucky to work at the USPTO now, where I'm doing with several different organizations and groups. We have an Office of Education, which is focused specifically on working with young people and teachers in particular, because teacher training, I think, is critical, of making sure that those who are teaching our young people, not just about STEM, but also that invention is a key component of a STEM education. And so we're working with our Office of Education to help try and boost the number of folks who are training teachers and to understand that aspect of invention when it comes to it. I'm also very happy that we have a team of folks, our Office of Innovation Outreach, and they are focused really on working with small businesses and independent inventors, and trying to make sure that they understand how to be able to work with the USPTO to be able to find avenues of success, protect their invention and their ideas, and really be able to leapfrog forward with it. One of the great things that they're doing as well, particularly as it focuses on this area of providing more equity and inclusion and increasing diversity, is the Heritage Month programs that they do. They are responsible for putting on these webinars online and in person related to Black History Month, our Women's Entrepreneurship Symposium. And we have one coming up tomorrow for Proud Innovation for lesbian, gay, bisexual. We're letting inventors see other inventors who are much like themselves, so they know that there are others who are doing this too, and there's a path to go forward. And the great thing that they're doing as well is doing another program called Together Innovation, where we're able to take all these diverse groups and put them together and do a program to talk about, again, people's experiences in the invention world, and let them tell their stories so others can know that there's a way to be able to proceed. So again, Proud Innovation tomorrow at 3. You'll be at this, but the good news is that next week, they're doing part 2 of it at 3 o'clock Eastern Time next Wednesday, so tune in. And lastly is our partnerships division, where we work very, very closely with a lot of other organizations that are out there who are working in this space, because the U.S. government can't do it alone, nor should it do it alone, but we want to be able to focus on helping to provide support and resources to organizations that are trying to move the ship forward. And one of those is the NAI, which really started hand in hand with the USPTO years ago. And in 2016, I believe it was, we started our first formal MOA, where we were going to collaborate on programming and activities together, all things that are related to intellectual property and recognizing individuals, and assorted awards that we give out for it. We took it to the next level, and again, this is that idea of the drumbeat getting louder and louder down the path of doing whatever we can to increase diversity. And we took it to the next level in recent months we have a more formal joint project agreement that we implemented to actually fund activities that are critical not just to support the NAI's work in supporting innovation on campuses, but at the same time it supports the initiatives that we at the USPTO are committed to and are just really excited about as well, and this JPA helps us to make that happen. One of the things, for example, is that we're working on as part of this JPA are new education modules for the programs that the NAI is putting out, and this kind of works to deliver on what our new Undersecretary at the USPTO, Kathy Vidal, has been talking about of innovation to impact. She uses those words because it's not just innovation, it's about the impact that it can make later on, and focusing on that. So therefore, the educational module that we're putting together for the existing IP curriculum and innovation development certificate program that the NAI has, and they've done this along with the Michelson Institute, we're doing one that is specifically about entrepreneurship and commercialization. So we want to be able to try and help folks get that impact after the innovation is completed. We're working on supporting the NAI's GAIN program. That's the Global Academic Inventors Network, and connecting it with more and more people. We want budding student inventors to be able to get the support that they need. So using the GAIN platform to allow them to connect with seasoned academic inventors. This is something that the NAI had started a handful of years ago, and it is really critically important, and it's what the USPTO sees as really, really important. And so, we're right behind and want to try and give that some more support. And one of my personal favorites, I think, that we're trying to accomplish together along with the NAI is to conduct a study on language. And this sort of rolls back a bit to what I was saying before about being a communicator and a storyteller. Because it's one thing to be able to say what we want, and we need people to know this, and we can just sort of broadcast this message out there. But it goes nowhere if the people who are listening to it don't understand what it is that you're talking about or aren't even willing to accept what it is. And so we're trying to find out, is it possible for us to be able to go into some of these communities that have never really been thinking about IP or don't have an innovation economy, to go in there and saying, hey, we're here to help you to protect your IP and your intellectual property. And do they even know what IP is? We're going to try and find out. And are there better words to use? Are there more valuable words to use that are actually going to be able to help connect the message to some of these communities that we're trying to reach out to? Because we want to find success in this. And the types of words that we use, the language that we use in reaching out to those who have not yet been in the community before, that we've been hearing for so many years and have been living our lives associated with, we need to sort of change and make sure that if we're going to be welcoming and move down that path forward, that we're speaking their language as well. And I think that's the pathway in. And so I'm just absolutely thrilled to really be working with the NAI on this. I'm very excited to see what, some of these things are going to come from this study, and, really look forward to many more years of working together in truly making a difference, in both the academic community and far beyond when it comes down to, providing opportunity in this country based upon ideas related to invention, innovation, and IP protection. So thank you very much.
So one little bit of challenge, I think, to everyone here. Most of you, if you know me, you know I've talked about the Joint Partnership Agreement, and I've probably tried to get your university, your organization involved. Even some of our newest members, Notre Dame, I think it was the first call, and I said, let me tell you about this Joint Partnership Agreement and why you guys want to be involved. And you're leaning towards yes, is what I'm hearing, right, guys? Right up here? Okay. So it's a big deal, and we're really proud to have the opportunity to partner with the United States Patent and Trademark Office to increase the number of underrepresented folks filing for patents, and we're going to do a lot more than just that. But we're going to start there, and I need your help. So I put a stack of my business cards at the registration desk. I've already got a handful of organizations and universities that said, we too care about diversity, equity, and inclusion. We too want to work with the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the NAI on bringing this to fruition. And if you feel that way, if you want to join us, if it's part of your mission, if it's part of your goals, then I ask you to go by the registration desk, grab my business card, or snatch me in the hallway when you see me walking by, and tell me that you want in. And we will make room for you because we need people to be working alongside us to bring this to fruition. So if you care about it, here is your chance, here is your invitation, and my cards are at the table. So everyone knows that they've been invited in, right? You all know that you've been invited in. And I'm hoping to hear from all of you that you want to be a part of this joint partnership agreement. Thank you so much. Elizabeth.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Paul. Thank you to the NAI and the USPTO. Let me add my word of thanks, because it's through collaborations like this that we can enhance, we can amplify, we can do so much more together than we can as individuals, as separate organizations. This is a unique opportunity, and let's see it grow and let's see it succeed.